Hello guys, how are you? This is the 8th episode of the build of the OcCre Albatros. I'm enjoying this build very much. It's a lot of fun. It's my first wood ship. On this episode we will rest the anchors to the davit and we will work on the bowsprit. I hope you are well, safe, and as always I hope you enjoy this video. And now we start working on the bowsprit. We will use two different diameters of wood. We will use sandpaper and we will use a driller that I bought specifically for this process. I do believe that if you keep the wood in a small and a good rotation, you achieve that conical shape of the masts. And you will have to sand down the rod using a sander and sanding down more as you get closer to the end where you want to decrease the diameter. Don't forget, you have to let it roll on the machine so that the wear is the same all around it. And as you can see, we will have to make that fit inside of that. So we will have to shape it down into a conic shape. For that, I will use a rotary tool, a driller, and I will keep it rotating and using different grades of sanding paper. I will try to achieve that conic shape. As you can see, it is a controlled rotation on the trigger, so that will help you. Okay, again, in order to achieve the conical shape for the masts and this bowsprit, you have to sand down the rod using sanders, as you can see, and then sanding down more as you get closer to the end where you want to decrease the diameter. Don't forget. Don't use the exact measurement as recommended on the instructions. Use a little bit more, cut a little bit more. Why? Because when you grip, when the driller is fixing the rod, the wood is too soft, so it will leave some indentations, okay? And we don't want that on the kit. As you can see, perfect fit. For me, in a couple of minutes, I achieved this with this level of perfection here and only using a rotary tool. But in the end, you decide. If you want to sand it manually, please knock yourself out, go ahead, it's still okay. One piece of advice, if I can give you some advice, is buy one of these sets of files. The square one, the triangular one, the circular one, the flat. They are very useful and very useful along the build. You are always using that. That and the one-to-one plan, which is printed at 1:1 scale. They're very useful. You can measure the pieces using the instructions, or you can just apply the pieces like you see me do on top of the plan, one-to-one plan, and if they fit, that's the correct size. As you know, OcCre sent me this kit free of charge, but they never told me what to say. If I like it, I like it. If I don't like it, I would tell you. One thing I do like also, OcCre paints. These paints are fantastic to use. If you are building a ship like this, a wood ship like this, try these. Really, guys, try these, because you will love it. Enjoying this video? If so, click the subscribe button and the notification bell. It would help tremendously the channel. Thank you. As you know, this is my first wood ship, and yes, there are some messed ups, some mistakes along the way. But one thing I can tell you, work on wood is very rewarding. You can take, it's not easy, but every single thing that you build for the deck or for the masts, take it as an independent build, as a build per se, and apply all your best to that piece, and you will see the ship grow it's wood, it's organic, you feel organic, it feels organic in your hands, and very pleasant, very pleasant. This kit from OcCre is very good, fits like a Lego. If you cut the pieces just right, it fits like a Lego. And it's amazing to do this. I am enjoying it. I'm having a ball. I just wanted to take the opportunity to thank to all my Patreons, all the guys who are still with me on the Patreon and here on YouTube. Thank you very much. I'm here to just keep my hobby a bit sustainable. I haven't achieved that yet, but with this kit, no problem at all. And I would like to thank them and to thank every single one of you that still follows the channel. Thank you. And here I'm just making the holes on the blocks a bit bigger. Well, unfortunately, these holes, they are thinner than the rope. So if I knew that, I would just try to make it bigger from the start. But here, hey, it's achievable. It's still on time to do that. So that's what I'm trying to do. And this is the result. Not bad, if I do say so myself. All I have to do is, well, read the instructions. And after all this, the bow is finally on the Albatros. It's taking shape. Until the next one, guys, stay safe, okay? And as always, keep modeling, guys. Keep modeling. Always, always with a smile.